Welcome to Girls Who Read Porn. Please be advised that this podcast contains mature content for mature audiences. The title might have given that away though. We would also advise you triple check the trigger warnings of each book prior to the episode, and if it's not for you, we'll see you next week. Each episode includes major spoilers, so make sure you read the book, and don't say we didn't warn you. With all that in mind, on with the show.
Welcome to another episode of Girls Who Read Porn. My name is Ola, and I'm here with the regulars. I'm here with G, the wonderful G. How are you today, G? What's going on,
I'm
G?
good. How are you?
Yeah, you know, answer my pants.
Yeah, always.
Always, always. And Betty?
Hello.
How are ya?
I'm fine, yeah.
Perfect. Amazing. Beautiful as always. Why are you on a podcast? And we have... Huh?
Who's very eloquent.
I know.
All she does is talk.
It's the most bizarre hobby to have for somebody who doesn't fucking like talking.
I only speak when things need to be said, and no more than that.
Yeah. Complete opposite. Okay, and we have a guest today. I kind of forced this author to come on because I read her books and I was like, motherfucker. We all know how much I love A Flock of Cocks. I am just the Flock of Cock queen. And Flock of Cock queen. Love it. Delicious. Give me all of it. And then I was like, I need the best flock you've ever seen, but it's got to have gay shit in it. And everyone was like, Riches to Riches, Ames Mills. Like, what the fuck? You haven't read it yet? And I'm like, no, I haven't read it yet. Like, what are you talking about? And they were like, no. I messaged you right after. I did. And I was like, who are you? And come on to our podcast. Because I was like, that is the best. It was amazing.
Thank you.
So welcome, Ames Mills.
Hello.
How are ya?
I'm good.
Schmoiling hot?
Yes, bowling. I've been sitting outside writing.
Ooh, new books. Can't wait. Send them to me. Thanks. So let's ask you some questions, okay? What was it that originally got you into writing romance?
Honestly, I was looking for a certain plot line that I just couldn't find anywhere with the mafia trope, but they actually treated their ladies a little bit better. So I sat down one day and I wrote Riches to Riches.
No, fair enough. And are there any particular authors that you love at the moment? Or
kind of obsessed with Britt Andrews. I love her work. Elle Thorpe is also awesome. I haven't been reading a lot because I've been writing a lot, but those are my favorites right now.
Yeah,
That always happens with authors we talk to. They're always like, I can't read anymore. All I have to do is write.
What are your favorite books by them?
For Elle Thorpe, it's probably I like the whole St. View series, but the prison series is probably my favorite. Emerald Lakes.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, Emerald Lakes by Britt Andrews.
I just read it recently. Yeah.
I haven't read I've read the St. View series, but I haven't read the St. View prison series. I need to get onto it.
Are you talking about the St. View, school series, the high school one?
Yes, it starts with the high school.
That's the only one I haven't read.
It's good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think that one might be my next one, because I read St. View Prison, and recently I finished St. View Psychos, and St. View Psychos is something else.
I have not been able to read that one yet, but I'm dying to.
Oh my god, it is insane. I walked out of it going, holy shit, Elle Thorpe needs a therapist. And then I spoke to her about it at Babe, and I was like, you're coming onto the podcast because you're a nutcase. And she was like, sure.
I'll be there.
Yeah, join us. What is your favorite book right now?
Favorite book right now is probably Iced Out by C.E. Ricky. Love it. It's hockey. It's amazing.
Betty's face. Betty doesn't say much. This is why you should be on YouTube, not on a podcast. You just gave away your first bit of emotion this year.
It sounded good. It's really
amazing.
Good.
There's so many good hockey romances out right now. Okay, and so how do you come up with the ideas for your books?
Honestly, if TV shows, movies, something somebody says in a readers group, or just I'll be asleep in the middle of the night and wake up and have just a random idea, and I just go with it.
Yeah, and what's your like writing process? Because so many authors have got the craziest writing processes. Like we recently had Lulu Moore on, and she was like, "Yeah, I wrote everything on my Apple Notes."
I have a notes on my phone that is just full, but I don't plot. I have a basic plot line. I have characters, but I just write. I cannot plot them out.
Okay, amazing. And tell us about your series. The whole so start off with Riches to Riches. I guess.
Riches to Riches is the first duet in the Ames Valley series. It starts with Les. She's the female mafia leader of the Italians. All her guys follow her. She's also a serial unaliver, just to deal with past trauma. All I Have will fall into, which you'll meet him in Riches to Riches, as Les's Uncle Micah. I do a little tease with him and another guy in Riches to Riches. And then you meet pretty much everybody, and I kind of sneak in a new one here and there. The Heart of Psychos is the last one of Abbs Valley for right now. And then I moved on to the Saviors with Forest Grove.
Oh, so you finished the Psychos, is it?
For right now, there is some characters that I can still go back to, but I kind of stepped away from Abbs Valley to do the Saviors, which is a totally different series, but still connected in a way.
The Saviors.
The Saviors you meet in All I Have. They hop into the Heart of Psychos, but they're kind of the bad guys to the bad guys.
Yes, I know who. Okay, wait, sorry, just clicked. Yep. Okay.
So they
continue, please. Tell us more.
If they think that you're being a little bit too criminal, they're the ones that you have to look out for.
Cool. And have those books already come out, or when does the first book come out?
The first book is out. I'm finishing up the second part right now, which will come out sometime in August. The release date's August 31st, but it'll probably come out before then. And that one will be complete.
Awesome. And will there be any other books coming up after that one? For that series?
For Forest Grove, yes. There should be at least one more, maybe two different duets for that one. Before that, it'll be For the Love of Cain, which is a MMMM mafia romance.
Fuck me.
There's no female with this one.
Fucking hell. I don't know what it is about gays. We always say, we literally have said this sentence about 600 times. I don't know what it is about gay sex.
Right.
I don't know. It's just so fucking hot. It hits different.
I think
it just like slaps you in the. I think it's because like we can't be involved.
Yeah, maybe. And there's more emotions I feel that can be involved with the males, so I rolled with it.
Yeah. Roll with it. You're doing an amazing job. Keep rolling. Do you have any ideas for like future series? Like what's going on in the head of Ames Mills? We want to know. Like what's next? What's going on after these series?
I do have a couple of works in progress, just different stuff that I've written down that I'm pretty sure will come. I'm horrible for writing more books at one time, which is bad in a way, but good in a way. Cain is almost halfway done. I started another one that is actually a stepbrother MM romance. So, I mean, there's several things that I can go back to Abbs Valley, I can visit Forest Grove when I want to, or I can do the MMs.
Awesome.
Nice.
And do you have any particular smart scenes from these books that you're really proud of?
Probably the first time that I was able to work in the biggest group scene in Riches to Riches, which is
holy
6 guys and 1 girl, or the 5 guys in Riches to Riches.
Whoa.
I have a question about this.
Please, okay. Because it was wild. I was like, how the fuck do you keep up with it, and where are the dicks right now?
This is my thing, right? When I read reverse harem or like any sort of like group sex, the logistics of figuring out where everybody is and trying to remember it is so hard for me, because I'm not like an imaginative person. So I'm always wondering, like, when you're writing these scenes, like how, like in your head, do you picture it and you just know where everybody is, or do you have to like make a note being like, okay, well, like, this person's here, and, like, this person's, like, over here doing this.
Do like a little map.
I draw diagrams.
Like, move pieces around.
I have a diagram.
Oh, shut up. Can we see that?
I don't even know where they're at right now, but I can send you some pictures of them.
Holy fuck. Yes. Are you okay with us posting it?
Oh, yeah.
I want that
would be
shit.
hilarious.
Yes.
That's why I've always been so curious about it, because I can't keep track. Like, in my head, like, I feel like I have to start taking notes.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
like,
no,
okay,
no.
well, the
But
last...
I have to say, I've read some group shit before, and I've been so confused. But when I read yours, it flowed really well. Like, it was probably the best group scene I've ever read.
You can
I
thank
have
my
to say. And
diagrams.
I know that yeah, send them through. And I know for a fact that so many people have said that, because whenever, like, as I said, I was asking for recommendations and they were like, wait until you get to this. And I got there and I was like, mother of Jesus. Holy guacamole on toast. This is like, God was not present for this.
He wasn't when I was writing it either.
No, hell no, because it is wild. And Holden, oh my God.
He was probably like my favorite surprise ever. He surprised me and I wrote it.
Oh my God, he was so cute. Which leads me to, which character would you be with in real life and why?
I have to pick between all of them.
Yeah.
all of them.
Or make your own
you're
harem.
right.
Make your own harem mixer.
Make my own harem. That was
Mix and
actually
match
easier.
them.
From riches to riches would probably Gage and Holden. Gage would have
Holden
you
is
have
like-
laughing the whole time, and then Holden's just the sweet baby that turns into this beast in the bedroom. Probably
Nice.
Micah and Evander from All I Have, and it's got to be the Terror Twins from the Hider Psychos.
I know, they're fucking terrifying. Amazing. So you would marry them all, live with them?
Oh yeah, for sure, and probably not love it after a while because it's good in theory, but I don't know if I could deal with that many men.
This
I
is
know,
what
I
we've been
say
talking
this
about.
all the time. The laundry.
The logistics.
Yeah, just the
The
actual
food,
day-to-day
the
reality
laundry.
of living with that many
No,
people
there's-
and like being in a relationship.
No.
You'd have to cook like you were cooking for a camp.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
family dinners would
see,
be.
But like you always have
ordeal.
somebody in there who can cook.
See, Micah cooks.
Like I feel
so-
like they always have to
Yeah.
kind of work that out. Like I feel like that's such a
Yeah.
reverse harem thing where one person is an amazing
Yeah.
chef, and then that person just cooks for everyone, and they know how to cook for like like they used to
it's
cook at
never
like
the
school
girl.
camp or some shit. Like they know what they're doing,
A little
and it's
chore
never the
chart.
girl.
No,
It's never
no,
the girl.
I refuse to do it like that. One of these men have got to cook.
Yeah, it's always one of the guys who's like the best cook in the world, and then everyone's like obsessed with their pancakes or some shit. And
Yeah.
every time, every reverse harem, every like and then like look, we just read what's it called, Pucking Around. One of them was a really good chef. The rest of them was shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is always
Sorry.
group sex, and then pancakes.
Mickey Mouse pancakes for
Used to
Gage.
be like-
Pancakes.
Yeah.
Oh, was it pancakes?
It was Zane making Gage Mickey Mouse pancakes.
There you go. It's always fucking
See?
pancakes.
I told you.
I
So
don't
it's
know what
group
it is
sex and
about
pancakes.
pancakes and sex.
It works.
Yeah, apparently.
You're gonna up those calories.
Carb
You're gonna get
loading.
your energy back. Yeah,
Carb
man.
loading. So can you give us like a general overview of your new book? Like what happened? Not too much. Don't give anything away, but of the new book that you have coming out.
The Saviors is actually a best friends to enemies to friends to lovers. The FMC is left in the beginning by two of the guys and meets somebody else later in life. She does come from a very bad abusive background with a boyfriend or husband, and they roll back into her life, and you know how that goes.
Yeah. And like, is it like mafia? Like, what is it? What is the?
Saviors is more, I guess, mercenaries than anything. So that's what I'm kind of. There's no mafia behind them, but they are the bad guys to the bad guys. So I'm going to go with mercenaries for them.
No.
Amazing.
Is there like a reason that you were like, yeah, I want the most evil, morally grey, like character?
I like seeing them morally grey and just fall to their knees for their harem, whether it's the guys in the harem or the female in the harem. It makes my heart happy.
I agree with you. I'm all for morally grey characters.
Nice.
And
the books that you read normally, would you normally like gear towards that sort of book?
I actually read a wide range of. It can be fluffy rom-com or just pitch black. I like everything. I don't write it. I do kind of have a limit on what I'll actually write, but I'll read pretty much anything.
Nice.
Okay. One sec. I accidentally jumped out of my questions. Okay, so which book is your favorite out of the whole series?
Probably The Heart of Psychos. I think it's because they started in Riches to Riches. That's when you meet Alexi and Dimitri. That's when you meet Caden. That's when you meet Ghost. That's when you meet Bridget. I think that's probably one of my favorites because you kind of watch them grow between all the duets, and then they actually get their happily ever after. So I think right now that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, and do you have what? I don't know which characters are left for that series. Like, do you have any ideas for that series to keep going?
I do have a couple of them that we met in All I Have, and they're kind of brought up in Riches to Riches. And
can I ask who?
You got Giovanni and Vincenzo, Marcella's sons. The twins that Les rescued off the street in Riches to Riches. I have...
Oh, shit, no way!
The Irish mafia leader.
Were they like babies?
They were 17, so I'm kind of waiting to age them up a little bit.
Yeah.
I have to do a time jump.
You have the Irish mafia leader. I have Hunter, which was the guy who does the drug running for Evander. So there's a couple that I still can go visit back in Ames Valley.
You have like an entire universe in your brain.
Yes.
Like an alternative dimension.
Nice.
Okay.
So when did you start writing initially?
I started writing Riches to Riches in March of last year. I first published, it actually came out June 30th of 2022.
Gosh, so how many books have you published in about a year's time?
There's 8 books total out, and I'm working on the 9th.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of books, and they're fucking long.
They are.
They're big.
They're
books.
big bitches.
It's like a book every 6 weeks. Gosh.
Are you just like a sit and write? Like, just you sit down like every single day for like extended periods of time and just pump out these books?
I do. I write for a couple of days nonstop, and then I'll take a couple of days off. But I can usually get out some chapters as long as I do have kids. Thankfully, they're teenagers and they can pretty much self-sufficient. But when I first started, I was working full time, and I decided in February of this year to go ahead and go full time as an author.
Holy
congratulations!
Congratulations!
Thank you.
So how have you noticed your life change since you started publishing books?
It's been amazing. It's really, really hard at first because I knew nothing. I just sat down, I did the research to see what I needed to do. I didn't have any author friends or anything like that when I got in. I really didn't meet anybody until I found my editor, which is already in the author world. But after that, once you start to get to know other authors and see their struggles and celebrate their successes and stuff like that, it's been truly an amazing experience.
How long does it normally take you to publish a book? Because that's really bloody fast to push like 8 books out, and especially that they're so long.
It usually takes me from beginning to end. This is including alpha reading, beta reading, ARC reading is usually about 6 to 8 weeks. And I can have a book ready to go out.
That's mad.
Have you had a holiday yet? Like in between? Like what's happening?
After The Saviors is done and it goes into editing, I will. Before my kids go back to school.
Nice. You need it.
Yeah, good for you. Like we always say this, how insane it is, how quickly authors are required to push out books, like so quickly in between.
I guess because people consume them so quickly as well, and like with Kindle and stuff, you can just instantly consume a book, you know. You can just read it in a day.
And I feel really bad because I looked at our last message and it was me going, can you haul us with the next book?
I feel like you always do that.
I know.
He was like, I'm the problem.
I'm like, this is a problem. Why the fuck do we expect authors to hurry up? But I like don't mean it when I say it. I'm like, whatever. Like, you know.
Your way of showing your
We
love.
understand.
But like, it just means that if I literally message an author and I'm like, what the fuck is happening next? There's only a couple of authors I've done that with. You know I fucking love your shit. Because I will not do that with everyone. Because I feel bad.
I always think about this, right? Like, you've got authors, they spend months, weeks, years, like, cultivating this universe, this book, and then I just sit on my couch for 8 hours. Gone.
Yeah.
Done.
Just consume it instantly.
Yeah, I'm like, great. What's coming next? Come on.
No, but I'm the dumbass who read the third duet. What's that one called? The third duet.
The Heart of Psychos is the third one.
Yeah, The Heart of Psychos. I knew it was Psycho something. So The Heart of Psychos, I read the first one, and then I was like, oh, the second one's already out in February. It was not out. And I was left on a fucking cliffhanger of all cliffhangers.
In the middle of the duet.
This reminds me of the time that we had Sam Hall on the fucking podcast, and I read a whole series, and the last book wasn't coming out for 2 years.
Oh,
And I
no.
abused her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it looked cliffhanger galore, you know? So, yeah, so I messaged you right after, and I was like, when's it coming out? And can I have it yesterday?
I think, like, the invention of Kindle and, like, Amazon books has kind of, like, fucked with our expectations with authors as well. Because it used to be, like, you know, like, before Kindle and stuff, it would take years for people to publish books for, you know, because they'd have to go through the editing process with big publishing companies and then get shipped to a bookstore. But now authors can self-publish. Like, it's just one click and it's done. So it's made it very easy for us to consume content.
Have you seen that TikTok that went super viral about that dad who wrote that murder book, the thriller, murder, whatever, criminal thing? And he'd been writing it for something like 20 years and nobody had bought it. And so his daughter put it up on TikTok, and he was the #1 best-selling author of last year.
That's amazing.
That's TikTok doing well.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, TikTok, you've made me happy. Otherwise, TikTok can get fucked when it comes to books. But...
Yeah, how do you find, like, with publishing your books on these kind of, like, restricting platforms? Because a lot of authors have obviously complained about, like, Instagram and how much you can actually put on there in regards to, like, advertising exactly what your book is, and it's, like, steamy content. Like, do you have those kind of problems?
As a joke, I call the content violations on TikTok check engine lights. I have them all the time. I've been banned twice already.
Shut up.
Yeah. Do you
know what? This does not make any sense. Everyone messages us regularly asking how we get away with posting so much bullshit on our Instagram and TikTok. And I put, like, full-blown swearing, everything else. Like, our TikTok name is Girls Who Read Porn. Like, it's in there. And we still have not been cancelled, nothing. TikTok doesn't care about us. An author puts in spank that ass, and they're literally just cut off.
I got banned the first time because one of the, like, the little teasers had the little characters on it, but it said nipples. I got banned for that one. No warning, no nothing, just banned.
Yeah. What? Because you used the word nipple.
And then the other one was a guy's
wild.
That's wild. There's there's a whole TikTok of me going, my vibrator died because of this book.
You know what's wild at the moment? There's a trend on TikTok where people are literally posting nude photos of themselves.
Just kind of hidden, yeah.
Like,
what, just to get banned?
Yeah, like they'll do like a shadow, and it'll be like a shadow of their like erection.
And, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But, like, writing the word nipples gets you
banned. No warning. Nothing.
Because nipples are so offensive, by the way, everyone, just in case you were wondering. Nobody has them, and that's why we can't talk about them.
If nipples is offensive, don't read my book.
I know, and some people, exactly, and some people get stuck with, like, a third nip.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many nipples out there. It's not just, like, 2 per person. There's extras.
Has nipples.
Everyone.
Yeah.
It's 2 minimum.
That's very strange, eh? It's like, imagine if you got banned from Instagram for, like, posting the word, like, arm, like, hand. Like, it's just, like, belly button.
Instagram, I found that it's a little easier to get by with different things. I don't think they're as strict as TikTok. I don't know what it is with authors on TikTok, but they go hard for us to get us taken down, get our videos down, get us banned. I've had to fight twice.
I know that Amazon's on a similar track right now where they're like, you have to, Amazon's really destroying a lot of authors' lives, being like, you have to say it's erotica and then we won't advertise it for you.
Yeah.
Unless you're with Amazon's publishing company.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Amazon calling you out.
I think that's why
Jeff
I've noticed
Bezos,
like,
call me.
a lot of authors seem to be gravitating as well to just selling their own books, like on their websites. I've noticed a lot more authors now, like when they advertise their books, they're going like, go to my website to buy it because Amazon's not great.
It is. It's hard to... There's so much on Amazon that you have to watch out for that you can wake up one day and they've blocked your books from being sold. And then you're scrambling trying to figure out, you know, this is my living now. So if they ever come after me, then I'll have to, you know, start selling on my website or whatever. But that's not easy to do either. So they're making it hard. And
because you've got Kindle Unlimited on Amazon, so more people are more likely to read your books, right?
Yeah, 99% of my readers are Kindle Unlimited, which that's how I read. I mean, if I like the book, I'll buy the hard copy. But if I'm just reading it, I'm not going to buy a paperback until I actually read the book.
That's what I do. I read it on Kindle Unlimited, and I'm like, oh, I like this book, and then I put it on my bookshelf.
I don't believe in paperbacks.
I know you don't.
No,
but that's because you don't like
very
dusting them.
minimalist.
She doesn't like cleaning them.
I don't like cleaning them. But also, I just feel like waste of paper when I have a Kindle.
No, I need it in paperback. I need like
the trophy.
Yeah. I like having it. Yeah. No. It is like a trophy, isn't it? It's like a plaque. You finished this book and you liked it.
No, I hate shit. Like, I showed the girls my bedroom. It's my bed. That's it.
It's like a bed and like a nightstand.
I don't have a nightstand. It's just a bed.
Oh my God.
Where do you put your phone?
No, because I got a specific bed that has like a plank behind it so that I can put all my shit behind it.
That's nice.
It's got a inbuilt nightstand. Yeah, I know. I'm really annoying. I'm a psychopath. Like, somebody should come and give me some therapy because my room is just white.
I couldn't live in a world where I wasn't surrounded by books, like physical.
I also I'm a maximalist. I mean, Betty and I have talked about this before about how we're both really into like maximalism, like as much stuff as possible, kind of conflicting, different textures and colors.
This is giving me actual acid reflux right now. This corner has been, the last 6 months has been, I can't look at it.
We're not
Josh's
a video.
Corner. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. It's all of Josh's surfing shit in the corner. It doesn't work. It's no bueno. That's what I'm most excited about.
Where he keeps his wetsuits.
Yeah, that's what I'm most excited about leaving, is that I don't have to look at that anymore.
You're going to Europe for 6 weeks.
For 6 weeks, not to look at fucking wetsuits in the corner. And it looks like shit. So maybe I should just sit like this from now on so that nobody can see the wetsuit.
You could like hang like a sheet over them. They would just see like the shape of a person's body.
I see books as like equivalent to putting art on your walls.
Yeah, I totally agree.
When you have those beautiful covers and like the sprayed edges, and like when you invest in like a good hard copy or like an exclusive book, and you have to show everybody, like, look at my book.
No. Listen, I have books. I have like cooking books, and I have all the classics in like sprayed edges. Like I've got what's it called, Sherlock Holmes and shit like that in sprayed edges. But I'm not gonna go get Den of Vipers in sprayed edges.
I will.
I know you
I have the Ravenhood series. And a couple of other ones knocking about.
Heaps.
Yeah.
I think I'm like I don't ever really buy books new anymore unless it is a book I really want. But I am like,
Ames is like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm loving it.
I go to book sales. I always just go to book sales throughout the year because I'm obsessed with buying books because I'm always one of those people where it's like, I've got hundreds of books and I've bought them all pretty much secondhand because you can go to like a book sale and get like 10 books for like $20.
I just went to charity and dropped off 15 books and I've only got like 5 left.
Oh, that makes my heart hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad used to work for a recycling plant. So whenever books came through the recycling plant, he used to save them all and then give them to me.
I love that.
That is the cutest thing ever. All right, let's get back on track. Ames, this is about you, babes. Do you have any advice for aspiring female authors?
Write the book. Don't let people tell you that you can't do it. Don't let people try to talk you out of it. If you have a passion for writing, just write the fucking book. If I would have listened to everybody who was talking or everybody who said that I couldn't do it, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So write the book and reach out
on this podcast.
Yes. And reach out to an indie author. I help inspiring authors all the time that just reach out and they're like, what do I do next? So I will say 95% of us will be more than willing to help you go in the right direction. So just write the book. That is the best advice I can give anyone.
We're getting some fantastic advice on here. Similar to Lulu Moore's, she goes, write the fucking book.
That fucking book.
Yours was a lot nicer.
Get it out.
And then we've got other authors who give us like dot points, like 16-page dot points. So it's like really interesting to see the mix of authors that come up. We never like this. I think this is the first time we got the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's because everybody has a different style. Like, because everybody can their advice is based on how they write.
Yeah,
and you just write the books.
I just write the books.
Right, you just fucking write them, man.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys, for another week. I don't know what's next week because everything is so out of whack. Me, sorry, team. Thanks for being.
Yeah, it's not an order, but there will be content.
There will be content, but we just don't know what's coming next. At some point, Ames Mills. You're listening to the Ames Mills episode right now, and that's all that matters. Okay. See you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for listening to Girls Who Read Porn. Follow us at Girls Who Read Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And for all business inquiries, please send us an email on girlswhoreadporn@gmail.com. Art created by Jessica Wanney and music made by Dane Forgy Stevens. See you next week and stay smutty, team.